How many times have you said, I'm going to do this or I'm going to change that, and you've struggled to make any sort of long-lasting, sustainable change? That's because you're setting the intention from your conscious mind when your subconscious mind is running the show, up to 95% of the show, in fact. Hello, this is Nicole Raimondi, mindset coach, NLP practitioner, and founder of Self by Design, and welcome back to another lesson on how to redesign your mind to become the highest version of yourself possible. Today, we're going to be talking all about the subconscious mind. This is the mind below your conscious awareness, and this is where all of our true power lives. And today, I want to show you how to harness that power, because all change in your life happens at the subconscious level. And if there's something that you want in life or desire that you don't yet have, whether it's more money or a relationship or a better career path, whatever it is a program that you don't yet have in your subconscious mind, and or a program that is outdated that your subconscious mind is running. So stay with me. I'm going to talk all about the subconscious mind and how you can redesign it. I like to say redesign versus reprogram to get what you so desire in life. All right, so let's start with the difference between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And to really explain this, I like to use the iceberg analogy, which is something that is widely used in psychology. And so the iceberg analogy shows the tip of the iceberg above the water being your conscious mind, and then the rest of the iceberg below the water being your subconscious mind. And now your conscious mind, let's say that's 5% of your mind, maybe 10%, if you're really paying attention and really super aware. And that's where all of your critical thinking is happening, your analytical thinking, logical thinking, and this communicates in language. So as I'm talking to you here, I'm using my conscious mind to convey this information, and you're learning with your conscious mind. Now the subconscious mind, the piece below the iceberg, is where all of your habits are living, your emotions, your creativity, your imagination, your long-term memories. And it's also running all of the programs and any sort of biological process throughout your whole system. So it is constantly maintaining homeostasis for you, and there's just hundreds of thousands of these operations happening at once. So that alone just kind of shows you the power of the subconscious mind and how it's able to run all of these operations and systems all at once for you. Okay, so that just speaks to the power of the subconscious mind. So it is infinitely more powerful than your conscious mind. So when we're trying to tick off like our top 3 to-do list items for the day, which I still struggle with, or figure out what we're gonna have for dinner, your subconscious mind is running all of these programs and processes seamlessly without any hesitation and no conscious thought on your part. So it is allowing you the kind of bandwidth and energy to decide what you want for dinner and try to make those 3 things happen on your to-do list. Well, it is running the show for you in the background. And the subconscious mind is communicating in a much different language than our conscious mind. Now, this is key. And when I learned this, I was like, holy shit. I had no idea. I've been communicating to my own mind and, in my visualizations and in any sort of mindset practice in an improper way or an ineffective way. So like I mentioned before, the conscious mind is speaking in language and words. And obviously there's a lot of beauty in our world with our language and our words in poetry and literature. And I absolutely love writing and even speaking to you like this, conversation we're very involved and, just uplifted by. But the subconscious mind does not work like that. The subconscious mind speaks in images and in feelings. And you can even add metaphors and symbols to that. So it's very abstract. This is why you can go to a museum and you can look at abstract art or even, some beautiful art in somebody's home, and it really speaks to you on a deeper level. And people say, like, I don't know, it just moves something within me, or it just makes me understand something that I didn't understand about myself prior. I'm just not really sure what it is, because it's communicating with your subconscious mind. So the goal is always collaboration and communication and connection between the two. So you want the conscious mind communicating with the subconscious mind. And the first step to this and how to actually create this connection is awareness. So this is why, in these communities, mindfulness is so big and we hear so much about it. It's because mindfulness is a way to strengthen your awareness and create a way of paying attention and becoming the observer of your outward reality. Because if you can observe those programs, patterns, whatever it is that is not working for you, now you've identified them and you can bring them from below the surface to above the surface and start to rewrite and redesign that program that is not working for you, that was probably created a very long time ago when it was working for you and was serving you as a child or in a different relationship or in a different career path or whatever it is, but it's no longer working for you. And so I love this quote from Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, where he says, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And I think this is so, so powerful because so many of us have so many patterns and programs and just pieces to our life that we are just running on autopilot and we just kind of toss it up to like, oh, that's how it is, or that's what always happens to me, or yeah, that's just fate. And that is just not true. And this is what I do personally as a coach with my clients. I've made it my mission in the world is to really help people see from a different perspective and shine a light on those patterns and programs that aren't working for you, because it's so hard often for us to see these for ourselves. Because, I struggle with this too, obviously. Like, I can't see my own programs, and sometimes I'll have my own limitations pointed out from others when you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know I was doing that, right? And so we often need another perspective, a different angle to see those patterns and programs that we're running, and then bring those into awareness, and then create kind of a program with rituals and routines to hold us accountable for rewriting those programs and creating those new neural networks and installing those new beliefs. So how do you redesign the subconscious mind? And I like to say redesign versus reprogram, because I feel like reprogram makes us sound like we're a bunch of robots, when obviously we are not a bunch of robots. We are beautiful humans, and redesign just kind of lends to the fact that you are a piece of art. You are both, I like to say this a lot, the art that you're creating, and you're the artist. So you are empowered to make those changes and create yourself. And that's why I called my program and my business Self by Design, because you are that artist designing and creating, your own system and the outward reality that you're living in. And I think it's really important to just empower people with the tools and methodology for doing this, because every time you redesign a system, an outdated belief system or a set of programs within you, and you reach a new level, that new level is going to challenge you and invite you to redesign and recreate even more programs. And then the next level will do the same, and the next level will do the same. So that is why I've made it my mission to teach people how to do this at every level and every stage of life, not just working with me once in my coaching or learning it once and not really actually applying it and embodying it or whatever it is. I want you to have these tools and methodologies in your back pocket to just pull out whenever you need them and utilize, for your own advantage to create a beautiful, fulfilling life for yourself and for everybody around you. Okay, so there's two ways to redesign. The first being repetition, and the second is getting the gatekeeper, the conscious mind, out of the way. So let's break down repetition. Repetition always starts with your thoughts. So your thoughts create your feelings, which create your actions, which create your results. So if you start at the top of that chain and kind of disassemble and move your way down, then you have an opportunity to affect that loop and create new thought patterns that are serving you. And I always like to say that one of the biggest ways to do this is affirmations. And I know that affirmations get a lot of shit, and people are like, oh, affirmations don't work. I was one of those people. I thought that affirmations didn't work. And then I finally was like, you know what? Just try it And honestly, they proved to work really well in my own life. And I've also proven a lot of success with my clients using them as well. And the trick is affirmations need to be felt, right? They need to be really felt in your body, and they also need to be specific. So I think a lot of people are saying affirmations from their conscious mind, just like we talked about, and not getting into the subconscious because it's not communicating on that emotional, feeling-based embodiment level. So I would encourage you to really feel it when you say that affirmation. So if you're going to say, I am worthy, or I am wealthy, or I am successful, whatever it is, really feel that in your body when you say it, and say that repeatedly. It needs to be said every day, several times a day. And the other thing is, I would encourage you to get really specific. So those ones I just gave you, not good examples. Don't listen to me in that, but get really specific and make it very tailored to you. And so it creates an image in your mind that you see every time you say that affirmation. And again, that communicates to the subconscious mind, and you're really seeing it and feeling it. And those affirmations with that repetition will create your new reality. And the other thing I want to say about affirmations is they should be said in the present moment. So using I am, not I will, or I intend to, or I can, I am. Because the mind only understands the present moment. The mind doesn't understand something that you say you're going to do in the future, or even that happened in the past. Everything is happening here in the present moment. So it's so important to use that language in your affirmations to communicate that to the mind and create that as your current reality and as the reality that you're progressing and moving into. And if you're having trouble reminding yourself to say affirmations throughout the day, there's a few things that I do. Sometimes I put them up around my desk, and then if something is like loading or I'm waiting for somebody to hop on a call, I will look at them again and repeat them and feel them throughout my body. And I also have an app, the Self by Design app, that I created for you and for my clients to do this work throughout the day, and it has a reminder come up on their phone for those affirmations that you can implement right into the app. And then up to 3 times a day, it can pop up and kind of pull you out of that thinking pattern or that habitual pattern, and remind you what you are setting as an intention and what you're affirming in this reality. And I find it super powerful. A lot of my clients will reach out and be like, oh my God, it came to me at the perfect time when I was just about to do the old thing or have the old feeling or doubt myself, and it popped up. So I would encourage you to either put them up around your desk or download the app, or both, and keep them top of mind. Okay, so the second way to redesign is bypassing the gatekeeper or the conscious mind. And the way that you do this is by getting into a deep state of relaxation, so the conscious mind can just kind of go into a sleep and relax and not be on hyper alert all the time, trying to filter information the way that it normally does, or protect you or keep you safe, or whatever it is. You want the conscious mind to really be at rest, so the subconscious mind is open to those new suggestions and new thoughts and beliefs that you are implanting. And there's a lot of ways to do this. Honestly, a lot of healers and coaches are dedicated to providing people with the tools for doing that. There's a ton of free resources online as well, on YouTube, everywhere you look. I would encourage you to download meditations or a hypnosis or binaural beats. I know even NLP practices embody this kind of turning off the conscious mind, so the subconscious mind can receive the information. So using any kind of tool or modality like that while you are reinstalling those affirmations or those beliefs, whatever you're working on, is a really good way to put the conscious mind at rest. And obviously this is what I do with my coaching clients when I work with them. I work to get them into a state when we're doing the subconscious reprogramming where they can receive the new true belief and find the new evidence for whatever they're working on or towards. And if you don't have the access to work with a coach right now or a therapist, and you really want to do this work on your own, I would suggest you do this work either in the morning when you first wake up or at night. So these are the times when you are really suggestible to new information and your subconscious mind is still kind of open as you're waking up and as you're falling asleep. Like you're in a very relaxed state. And they've even shown in neuroscience, you're moving from delta waves to theta to alpha and that state in the morning. And right in that kind of middle ground between theta and alpha is where you want to be to receive that new information. So I can't encourage you enough to take either 10 minutes in the morning or 10 minutes before you go to bed and listen to a self-hypnosis, listen to a meditation, repeat your affirmations, whatever it is that you've chosen to really get into the subconscious mind, to do it in that time frame. So all true transformation happens at the level of the subconscious mind. Any sort of healing, expanding, you're going to step into a new relationship, you're going to step into a new career path, whatever it is, you need to learn how to change your identity first and become that person, thing, whatever it is that you're after, to have that in your outward reality. And so that is changing your subconscious mind to have that, externally and in your life.